Welcome everybody to my newest Let's Play, The Legend of Zelda Oracle of Seasons. This is going to be a unique Let's Play because at the same time I'm playing this game, I'll also be playing Oracle of Ages. The two games make like a duology, and you can play them in any order. And you can link the one that you played first to the second one, and you unlock some new story elements, some new items and stuff like that. So, I have two ratty heroes here, Data and Maverick, and their father, Danny, is basically sending them on this quest to soothe their competitive nature. So, I'll be doing, one day I'll be doing Oracle of Seasons with our hero here, Data, and then the next day I'll do a little bit of Oracle of Ages with Maverick, and then I'll switch back and forth like that. And eventually I'll complete both quests. So we'll have Data complete Oracle of Seasons, then I'll import his data into Oracle of Ages, and then I'll have Maverick complete Oracle of Seasons, and then or Maverick complete Oracle of Ages, and then import his data into Oracle of Seasons. So that way you kind of get a 100%. You get to see all the different changes in the games, how the second run through a particular game can be different with new items and new secrets. So it's going to be a little bit of a complex playthrough, but it should be fun. I mean, it's a Zelda game, and Zelda games are always fun. So we're going to start off here by creating our hero. As I already said, Data will be the hero that starts off in Oracle of Seasons. We'll put our message speed fast, and here's the game starting up. Accept our quest, hero. If this is like your second quest, like you did Ages first and then get into Seasons, things change a little bit, but we'll see that when the time comes. And then vice versa, if you do Seasons first and then Ages, the Ages intro will change a little bit. Spool Swamp, Eyeglass Lake, Huan Village. You're awake. Please relax. Join our jovial troupe of performers for a bit. There's that lady who saw us earlier. You awakened. Good, I would while you slept. You're Data, right? How do you do, Data? I am Din. I saw a red flash in the woods, and when I went to see what it was, you were lying there. Mystery surrounds you. Data, I'm just glad you're better. Come, won't you dance with me? And we'll dance with her, but let's talk with everybody else first. Oh, your eyes have opened. Are you all right? I am Impa, the troop's cook. And you are? Data, I see. Din, the dancing girl, found you collapsed in the woods. She's cared for you through your nightmares. Hopefully not the nightmares like from Link's Awakening. Din is a popular dancer. Just seeing her dance raises one's spirits. This uses the same engine as Link's Awakening. Ah, Din's always looks so lovely. But she seems smitten with you. I'm jealous. Din has been caring for you since she found you. She's strong-willed, but very kind-hearted. So now we're going to stand in front of Din and talk with her. Don't be shy. Dancing will be fun. You get a little cutscene here. Like I said, it has the same engine as Link's Awakening. So you're going to switch items, put one to your B button, one to your A button, and you can shift different items depending on what situation you're in to overcome that situation. That was fun. You're a good dancer. It's been some time since I had such fun. Hey, your left hand, it has a Triforce on it. That is a sacred mark in Hyrule. If it's a true symbol, then you are a hero with special fate. Data, a special fate. Data, nothing less is dance. So we're from Hyrule, but we're in Holodrum right now, and Age will take place in the winter. Haha, I found you. Din, Oracle of Seasons, you hid yourself well, but you cannot escape Onox, General of Darkness. So he's a really bad guy in Seasons. Holodrum, and then the bad person in Ages will be Aaron the Sorcerer, Arena. Ah, Data! troop, we are pushed away by that hurricane. Here's General Onox's temple. There's a lair. There's General Onox right there. What do you plan to do with me? As you know, if I imprison the Oracle of Seasons and bury the temple that houses the season spirits, the seasons of Holodrum will be cast into chaos. The bountiful gifts of nature will rot, and all living things perish. That is the world of darkness that I long for. No, Onox, no! Wahaha. He's going to imprison Din, the Oracle of Season, in this crystal. And of course, our quest is to rescue her. Like other Zeldas, it's going to be taking us through a large overworld. There's kind of an underworld, Subrosia, that we'll learn about. That's where we're going to sink this Temple of Seasons into. And basically then 8 dungeons where you have to collect basically the essence of nature. Allowing us to finally confront Onox. The main obstacle in this game is the overworld, and there's basically 4 different overworlds, 1 for each season, and depending on what season it is, different hazards will appear. We'll have to be changing the seasons around to actually progress through the overworld. So it turns out that Impa is actually Princess Zelda's nurse, and Din's no dancer either. She's actually the Oracle of Seasons, who wields control over the forces of nature. Zelda has mystical powers that told of a curtain of shadow drawing around Din. I was instructed to take her to Hyrule in secret. Zelda gave me this quest. But ow, I've been wounded. And I won't be able to travel for some time. Data, I know not why you were lying in the woods, but you and Din were fated to meet. If the Triforce on your left hand is real, then you may be the hero who will save the world. Please, use your power to aid Din. Please, take my message to the Mako Tree in Huan Village. The Mako Tree is the guardian of all Holodrum. Surely he can help. Please take my message to the Mako Tree in Huan Village. The Mako Tree is the guardian of all Holodrum. Surely he can help. I'm just going to wander around a little bit here. When you enter the screen, sometimes the season changes, and the season will be displayed in the upper left. You have the 4 seasons, winter, spring, summer, fall. Look, no matter how much I call her, my precious mittens won't come down. If only I had her favorite treat, fish. Yeah, and the seasons will affect different things in the overworld. Like in winter, we'll have snow around, lakes will be frozen so you can walk on water. This is Huan Village. Hey, I've never seen you before. The Mako Tree out east. In spring, certain plants grow. Same with summer. In fall, leaves will fall down because you cover pits, allowing you to walk across pits. So, a lot of different puzzles in this game, mainly in the overworld. There's a shop, nothing selling right now. You can't enter here without a member's card. Are you curious? What's back there? It's a secret. Hey, we'll get a member's card later on. We're not open. Come back later. Will do. I'm just gonna wander around the village here, talk with some people, show off some of the screens. There's mushrooms, they change with different seasons. Some seasons you can pick them up and access treasure behind them. I'm Bippin, the expert arborist. I know plenty about trees. Now let me tell you something. Blossom and I had our first child. Yes, we did. Have a look. I'm Blossom. This is my first child. A healthy baby boy. But I'm having trouble choosing a name. Can you help me think of one? What would you call him? Well, we're going to name Blossom's child Danny. And Danny was actually Maverick and Data's father. So, we're passing the name on. Name him Danny? Yes. That's a fine name. That's what I'll call him. He seems happy to have it. Come visit us anytime. And the child will grow up, and depending on different actions you do throughout the game, will determine what the child grows up into. He might be a warrior, he might be a lazy bum, he might be a farmer like his father. We'll see around then. And when you do a linked game, our guardian, the Mako Tree, stands beyond the gate to the east of town. It is said a hero with a sword will come to speak with him. I wonder if it's true. Here's a stump. Once we're going to get a lot of seasons, they'll change the seasons on that stump. But that'll be later on. Do you know the hero's cave near the western coast? The hero's sword is said to be hidden there, but no one has ever found it. Well, we're going to have to get that sword then. First we're going to head in here. As I was saying earlier, in a linked game, the child will end up growing up and will transfer to the other game. So we'll get to see how the child grows up. So we'll try to raise the child different ways. Data will raise it one way, Maverick will raise it the other way. So here's another new feature. These rings. Rings grant certain powers. There's 64 in total. I'm going to have to use a cheat code to get one of the rings because it's only available if you play the game on a Game Boy Advance. But that'll be it. You can make a password. I'll get a password to do that. And throughout the game, we're going to find rings. Sometimes you'll find them in dungeons. Sometimes you'll find them in these trees. And like I said, different rings do different things. This ring that we got to get hit here doesn't really do anything. I see. I'll call this the friendship ring. Symbol of a meeting. I'll appraise it for free this time, but after this, it'll be 20 rupees per ring. If you get 2 of the same ring, I'll buy one for 30 rupees. Now, the list. The appraised rings get added to the list. When you run a ring, move from your list to the box. Talk to me to see your list. Let's take a peek at it now. And there are 64 rings in total. As you unlock them, have them appraised, they'll appear here. And they do different things, like some will make you light, so you won't break floors that have cracks in them. Some will make you not slip on ice. Some will increase your power. Some will increase your defense. So a lot of different interesting things the rings can do. I'll be getting all the rings, of course. So, like I said, 100% saving everything, showing off everything. A puppy and a kid. In the west part of town are the know-it-all birds. We'll talk to them, see if you have a question. We'll talk with a few of them, but we won't talk with all of them. Well, we'll talk with all of them, but we won't listen to everything they say, because I'll be explaining things as I go on through the game. The Mako Tree Gate. Show codes to gain passage. And we're going to need a sword. We were told the sword is over to the west. These are ember seeds, but we're going to need a pouch to hold them in, so we can't knock them off the tree yet. The light in here is too dim to read by. Can anyone light my fire? We have up there, you saw there's a crack. Once we get bombs, we can blow up cracked walls in houses and dungeons and caves, and that'll open up new areas for us to explore. Once again, we have heart pieces. Collect 4 of them, and we get a new heart container. I want to make a cuckoo clock better than any before, but I can't find a wooden bird that I like. One that's just breathtaking. So you see that item in red? That means it's going to be an item we're going to have to try to find. And like Link's Awakening, there's a trading sequence where we'll find an item for somebody, and they'll give us something else, and somebody else wants that item, and then we keep going on and on until we get a certain item we need to complete the game. This is the mayor's house. The mayor is fascinated with gashnuts now. Place, planter, and planter's deeds affect what the nut produces. The mayor found a good place recently, so he is quite happy. Here's a ring that helps make your gaseous trees grow better stuff. We'll talk about that in a little bit. Do you have any gaseous seeds? If you plant one in soft earth, it will grow into a tree that bears nuts. Inside those nuts, you'll find all sorts of things. It's so fun, I can't help myself. There's some soft earth just outside. Plant it there. You know about gaseous seeds? You're missing out. I'll give you my prized gaseous seed to welcome you to town. And then we have a gaseous seed. We can plant it in the soft soil that we saw outside. And there's different values. Basically, there's like common soil, like medium soil, rare soil. And that affects, like that one was saying, that affects the type of tree that can grow there. Actions, your tree grows based on how many enemies you defeat. So the more enemies you defeat, when you hit a certain amount, then the tree will grow into maturity, and then you can harvest what's in it. It goes from hot to cold in a flash. The seasons are in utter chaos. What will it do to this year's harvest? This is the house of the wise know-it-all birds. See them if you have questions. They're all know-it-all birds. Want to learn about the essences? Essences are basically the Triforce in this game. Gotta find the 8 essences of seasons. I talked a little bit about what the seasons do. Want to learn about items? Nah, not really. Want to learn about bombs? Nope, we kind of talked about that a little bit. Shield tactics, like Link's Awakening, you'll have a shield you can select as an item. Hero skill, this is what we're going to use to open that gate. And it's basically the same thing you got in A Link to the Past, where you hold down the attack button, and then your sword glows, and then you release it to do a spit attack, which does double damage. Maps. And let's learn about saving, because that's going to be really important. This game is a long game, so we're going to have to learn how to save. Like Link's Awakening, when you save the game, you start, when you restart the game, you start at the last entrance that you entered or exited from. You don't have to do that thing, the start and select to bring up the save screen though. On this one, as you saw, you go to the sub screen and you can manually select save. Like Link's Awakening, there's also, if you press all the buttons, start, select A and B at the same time, it'll reset the game. So after you save the game, you can just reset the game and restart from your save. That's basically how I'll be doing things. But we're not going to save just yet. There's one around here. There's a thing there, we're going to have to light that a little bit later, but took a little damage. You saw a little fairy there. If you take damage now without a sword, you can go there and heal up. But here is the Hero's Cave. It's a short little dungeon. Can't do too much in it because we don't have a sword. We'll come back once we have the sword. But it teaches you basic mechanics in the game. See, we have all these locked doors. In a room with a bunch of locked doors, one thing you may want to do is push a block. Pushing the block can open unlocked doors. There's a key door there, but we have no keys, so we're going to have to head up this way to find a key. You don't want to stand on where it's grayed and cracked. We don't want to stand on there too long, because then it'll create a hole. And the hole, you'll fall in the hole, and you'll get teleported back to the entrance of the room. I just did that there. You lose some hearts as well. Lose half a heart. And you always enter from, you always return back to the entrance, to, how you entered. So see how last time I fell in that hole, I entered the room from the south, so I was sent back to the south. So I can't use a shortcut here and think, oh, well, if I just fall in the pit here now, I'll get taken to the south. No, if I fall in a pit now, I'll be put back on that room to the right there, to the east. So now I got a key, and I can go back to that room that had the key door in and open it up. Keys are used in the dungeons that they're found in, so that way you can't really soft lock yourself. Step on a tile there. Some buttons you'll push and they'll pop back up. In those instances, you might need an item to weigh the button down, or you might have to push a block on top of it. But here we get the wooden sword. This truly is a sign of courage. Hold A or B to power up, and it automatically assigns to the B button, so... And then we learn the hero's attack, hold the B button, or whatever it is assigned to. And the sword will allow us to cut down bushes now, so we can enter a few places besides the maple tree. First place we're going to enter is back into the hero's cave. Chop down that bush, and we end up on this ledge where we get some rupees, 30 rupees. That'll help us buy some stuff, because now that we have our sword, the store back in Hoenn Village will be open. But before we head back to Hoenn Village, we got another thing we want to do here in this cave. Now, you can only push blocks if there's no enemies in the screen. So we're gonna go down here, defeat all these enemies, and that'll allow us to push this block here in the upper left, and head into a secret passage where we find another Gasha seed. Remember when we first started exploring the world, there was another patch of soil to the north of where Impa was, but we couldn't plant anything in there because it was surrounded by bushes. We were able to plant this Gasha seed in that soil. Let's push the block, open it up again. Defeating enemies, like I said, helps your Gasha trees grow. And you can get hearts, rupees, and stuff off of them. So that's our first cave here, Hero's Cave. We're going to go into our screen, select twice, and go to save. We'll save our game, and this is where we'll start off in our next episode. Take care, have a good one, have a good day. Bye.